Welcome back to Irwin's Real News. And you guessed it, this is my last episode in the How Much Can I Piss You Off series. Today we're talking about how conservatives are completely useless, and for some reason you guys have completely forgotten that. What happened, guys? What happened? Trump didn't just drive the left insane, he drove you guys insane too. Trump's niece claims Jared Kushner may be Mar-a-Lago mole who tipped off FBI to classified docs. It had to have been someone very close to him, so he's still surrounding himself with people who are turning him into the FBI, lying completely about him to the FBI. What was that report? Oh, he's gonna stop putting terrible people around him. He's gonna hire good people this time. Weird, because he's still surrounding himself with traitorous moles. So the media doesn't just know how to play the left. They know how to play us too. And not just the normal suckers, the people who, like me, liked Trump, but wasn't in the cult of personality. So when Trump would make huge mistake after terrible moronic decision, I would call it out and say, that's terrible. Why is he doing that? The way they would get my people is they would just blame everything on Jared Kushner. So I don't want to say everything is Jared Kushner's fault, though I imagine a lot of it is, at least to the point where he's terrible. Why was he the senior advisor? Why? And this talks about how Jared got $2 billion from the Saudis after Trump got out. So weird. So weird. That's the kind of guy you want advising Donald Trump, the guy who gets $2 billion from the Saudis. Make America great again, guys. So I'm not saying it was Kushner who did it, but someone close to him stabbed him in the back. Keep telling yourself that he's changed. He hasn't changed one bit. Anti-government rhetoric fueling threats against blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to point out that we used to be anti-government, guys. What happened? How did we go from the government is the absolute worst to Trump and the government's going to come save us in 2024? What happened, guys? What happened? You guys have literally gaslit me on several occasions where I had to go look up an old story just to prove to myself I wasn't crazy, that I was actually remembering this stuff correctly. What happened to our memories, guys? What happened? You think we're going to have some big red wave and we're all going to be saved? How big will the Republican wave be this fall? From even CNN's asking. You think the Republicans are going to save us? They get full power, even enough to get past all the neocons and rhinos. They're gonna do some good here and there. But beyond that, we're still going to nosedive into the Great Reset. Don't believe me? So I like watching the podcast of the Lotus Eaters. It's Sargon of Akkad's people. Really great presenters, very knowledgeable. I like keeping up with the UK because what happens in the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all those places, Europe, comes to us next. Comes to our leftist cities and then comes to everywhere. Check these guys out if you want to follow UK politics. That's how I know about a lot of this stuff. So Boris Johnson led the Tories to a historic election win, a historic number of seats. They could get whatever they wanted through. Did they save Britain? Did they fix all the problems? All of you think Republicans are going to swoop in and save us all. I hate to break it to you. Oh, Boris Johnson announces 3-tier coronavirus lockdown system. Weird. He locked everyone down, went completely along with the Great Reset agenda. Just like Donald Trump. Irregular migration to the UK, year ending March 2022. Boat migrants left and right. Has it improved under the Tories and their historic leadership? Nope. Gotten worse. More than 1 million foreign nationals allowed to live in UK in a year. They're bringing in 1 million legal people, as well as 50,000 illegals. The number up or the number down since the Tories took historic leadership? I wonder. Mohammed's not the most popular boy's name in UK, okay? That was just a statistical quirk. It's actually Harry and Oliver. And then Muhammad. UK housing crisis. How did owning a home become unaffordable? They go through so many years. Here's all the things that happened. Never once do they mention the mass immigration. What could be raising home prices? Oh, did the conservatives step in and solve this problem? Nope. Deeply worrying fears for UK's net zero goal under new Tory leader. So since Boris had to step down, they're having a runoff. Now they're worried. Are we gonna keep with the Great Reset agenda? Because they've been going along with it. Because they're conservatives, and conservatives conserve absolutely nothing. They're completely worthless. How did we forget this, guys? When will inflation start to come down? Inflation's at 9.4% compared to a year ago. Crazy inflation. Was that maybe the spending spree by the Tories? I vaguely remember the Republicans going along with the exact same thing under Trump, printing trillions after trillions after trillions after trillions. Oh, but it's Joe Biden caused all the inflation. I mean, Donald Trump printed $6 trillion out of thin air in like 2.5 weeks, but it was Joe Biden, guys. We don't have memories. Who needs memories? Irishman arrested in UK for causing anxiety by retweeting pride flag swastika meme. Arresting people for free speech. Hilarious jokes. Making excellent points. Is that under crazy Jeremy Corbyn and the commies? Nope. It was under the Tories. So we got Liz Truss, probably going to become the next prime minister. Whammon. Because, of course, we can't have a white man up there. Though after what Boris did, can't be much worse. Oh, wait, Liz Truss is a political shapeshifter. I know some conservatives like that. Then we got Rishi Sunak, billionaire Goldman Sachs guy, World Economic Forum stooge, literally just Indian Donald Trump in finance instead of real estate. He's literally Indian Donald Trump. How dare you say that? If I describe these people, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between who I was describing. If I described Donald Trump and all the things he did, you would say, wow, that Democrat sounds terrible. What happened, guys? What happened? I didn't get off the Trump train. Trump got off the Trump train. I have standards. Why did we decide to start having double standards for Trump? All the crap he pulled, we would have never put up with under a Democrat. If it was a Democrat that created the Trump vaccine instead of Trump, we would be calling for putting them in Guantanamo Bay. But instead, we just make excuses. Rishi Sunak says he was silly to say he had no working class friends. Trump was born rich, lived a billionaire life his whole life, as privileged as he could be in his tiny little bubble. He has zero connection to reality. The reason he can lock all of this down, close all the restaurants, is because it doesn't affect him in the slightest bit. He still gets to live his billionaire life. I worked at restaurants for a long time. When I saw those restaurants close, it absolutely infuriated me. Those were my people being told they weren't allowed to work because of a bad cold. And you guys just made excuse after excuse after excuse. Some of us woke up to it. A lot of us have already forgotten about it, though, and we're like, Trump 2024 is going to save us. It's like, can't be worse than Biden. Oh, it can. And it will be. Mark my words, no one's going to listen to me. Trump 2024 is the darkest timeline. Last video I'm doing on this for a while. Rishi Sunak vows to launch a major crackdown on grooming gangs, plus wider efforts to give women the freedom to go out at night with fear. These people are just lying to you. All they do is talk. Like, look at the Republicans. Oh, we're going to go after the FBI. We're going to investigate. We're going to get to the bottom of this, guys. No, they're not. They're absolutely worthless. Look what happened with Spygate. It's as blatant and obvious as possible. What came out of that? Trump's going to trust John Durham to do things right. He's going to trust Bill Barr and the DOJ to do things right. He likes to give them their independence. What happened to us, guys? Just to give a little example of what the Tory leaders are up to and just how you can really count on them These are going to be the exact same as our Republicans getting in. The exact same people. You need to watch this absolute train wreck, and you need to get your memory back. What happened to us, guys? How did we go from anti-government to save us, government, save us? No one is coming to save us but us. I'm about to work on tutorials on how to make videos, how to do activism. I have zero faith any of you going to take me up on that and learn how to do it. Hell, I'll give you a platform. You want me to shill your channel? Please. Please, I have people sign up to come be a guest on the channel. No one had me push their channels. No one. What does that say to me? No one's out there with the channels getting the info out there. So when we lose InfoWars and Alex Jones and Band.video, we're all going to rush in and replace our champion in the arena. We're just going to sit on our ass. Sadly, it looks like you're just going to be sitting on your ass. What happened to us, guys? Why did we let Trump become a pacifier? Like we're toddlers. Time to outgrow that pacifier and stand up for ourselves. Now watch this train wreck. This is what a red wave is going to get us. Hope you're excited.
I'm asking, what is his plan to beat inflation?
He believes that we need to get inflation down first.
Yeah, but how, though?
Involved working with the Bank of England. Well, certainly not by launching into very big unfunded tax cuts. I think that would be a danger. He's setting out his plans on how to beat inflation in due course.
Yeah, but we don't know what they are, do we? So if he wants to be Prime Minister, shouldn't we be told what he plans to do to get people's cost of living down?
And he certainly will set them out.
When?
I can't give you a date for that, but he is absolutely determined that we will address inflation. That's part of his core plan for the economy.
Yeah, okay, but I understand that, and I'm quite happy that he wants to do it, but you're halfway through a rather lengthy leadership debating season, and he hasn't yet revealed how he would do it. Is he reluctant to reveal it? Does he not know what he will do? What's the story?
He is determined to get inflation down. He knows that that is the biggest economic challenge we face, and that's what he will do as Chancellor. And he's made this his priority ahead of tax cuts. Of course, as Conservatives, we all want to see taxes come down, but the reality is that you need to find a way to do that which doesn't lead to excessive borrowing or fuel inflation.
Okay.